Check 1 2, check 1 2. Alright, sound's coming through. Music is all the way down. Maybe it's all the way down. That's good. I think that's good. Anyway, welcome everyone to Friday, or maybe Saturday for some people watching this. I know some people in Asia watch this, but anyway, it's still Friday here. And hey Nicole, welcome to the stream. How's it going? How's your day been? Friday, Saturday? How are you doing? So today we have a Sakuraco box review. We try to do this every month whenever the box comes in. I think I got this box maybe a week or two ago. and haven't really had a chance to schedule this box review in with all the stuff going on. But now we're getting to it. So, really though, so the theme for this month apparently is flavors of Mount Fuji, and I'll be honest, I've never been to Mount Fuji before. I don't think I was even in the area. No, I think I was near the area. I've been to Hakone. Which you can probably show pictures of if I can find my pictures really quick. But I've been to Hakone before, which is in the Mount Fuji area, but not actually in Mount Fuji itself. So there is that. Everything's been fine. Friday, 6 p.m. for you. Nice. It's also 6 p.m. over here. It's also 6 p.m. over here. But let me, before we get into the photos really quick. Not photos. Before we get into the food review really quick, just want to say this is not a sponsored stream. I don't think I've actually asked Sakura Box to sponsor me before, but I'm heavily considering it. Hopefully the not sponsored on the thumbnail tells them, please sponsor me. I doubt it works like that though. I think I have to actually ask if they're willing to sponsor me. But I'm not exactly sure how that would work, to be honest. Am I in Japan? I wish I was in Japan. I wish I was in Japan. If I was in Japan, I wouldn't be doing a snack box review. I would probably be actually buying snacks in the grocery stores and reviewing those instead. But the snack box is a nice way to check out the I guess specialty snacks is what this actually ends up being. Check out the specialty snacks in various places in Japan. So even if you were Japanese, or at least lived in Japan, you would probably still do this if you can't travel very easily. But I mean, train travel is pretty easy in Japan, just a little bit expensive. Like if you didn't have the rail pass going from Tokyo to, let's say, Kyoto, I think it's a roughly 140 to almost 200 bucks one way. I want to say it's 140, probably not quite 200, but it is pretty pricey. So it's not easy to, while it is easy to ride the train and go around all over Japan, it's not easy to, what do you call this, actually get that scheduled trip because of how expensive it can actually be. But regarding views from the train, let me see if I can get this picture up. Oh, it's kind of behind me, and I need to move to the side a bit here. Let's move myself to the side. So views from the train, really, Japan is really known for their views. It's really known for their views when you're looking out of the train. It's probably one of the main reasons why people like riding the train, because of all the things you can see. So there is this nice neighborhood you just pass by sometimes. It's nice though. I haven't eaten a Japanese snack ever. I mean, a lot of Japanese snacks are kind of samey, I'll be honest, unless they're like westernized, like potato chips and stuff. A lot of Japanese snacks tend to be made with rice, red beans, or French inspired. But yeah, like rice crackers, rice snacks, that kind of thing. Jellies also seems to be really popular. Hey Bison, welcome, how's it going? I'm guessing you're still at work right now, so here's hopefully some things to look forward to later. But right now we're just going over pictures of what you would probably see on a train on the way to the Mount Fuji area. So Mount Fuji is actually in, I think, Yamanashi Prefecture. And Hakone, where is Hakone actually? Hakone is in Kanagawa, so not quite Yamanashi, but it is sort of close. I wish I could show you on the map what that kind of looks like, but it's a little bit difficult. Like, I guess it's pretty far. Probably about 20 miles or so. So 20 miles is what in kilometers. 40, almost 40 kilometers, more than 40 kilometers, maybe close to 50 kilometers. If my conversion is correct. Pretty far. Pretty far. Or it could be actually longer than that. Oh yeah, my math is probably wrong. Probably closer to 30 miles to the Mount Fuji area. Yeah, Japan likes their European pastries. French in particular. I'm not sure why French in particular is one of them, but German also is another one. Though I think German names more so than actual German food. So it's really, if in Japan you'll probably find a bunch of oh, this one needs to be turned. You'll probably find a bunch of Oktoberfest stuff around this time, even not even around this time. So this is actually one of the trains you can ride. This is like one of the trains to the Hakone area. I think this is a special train. I think they call this the romance train. The reason why they call this a romance train is because the windows in this train are extra wide. It's like the size of the train are so wide you can see pretty much everything. Not that the windows on a normal train are small, but this is like super panoramic. I wish I actually had those pictures, but I don't. I really don't. Let's reset this back. Hakone Station. For most people going to Japan, if you're going for your first onsen experience, around Hakone is probably, I wouldn't say the most tourist friendly, but it's probably a really famous tourist spot for onsen and just traditional Japanese ryokans. Although there are some non-traditional Japanese ryokans that look like regular hotels, but the insides are pretty much what you would expect layout-wise for Japanese ryokans. And the one I stayed at is like 200 years old, very rickety, very old. Like, this is the lobby. It's a lobby. If you have a French grandma, you probably can ask to teach you cook. I think French is a lot of butter, right? A lot of butter, a lot of sauces, and a lot of cooking techniques that someone just really got into. Let's be honest about that. But here's the lobby of the place I went to. I think it was called, what was it called? I have the name somewhere. I have the name somewhere. But it was a really old place. My first time to go into Japanese ryokan. Fukuzumiro. This is really old. The baths are really small. About the only good thing about this place is the food. The food. There was so much food. It's like 7 courses worth of food. It's like ridiculous. And I think it took us roughly 7 hours to eat through all of it. But it was worth it. It was an experience and definitely a gateway to any other ryokan experience that you might want to try. Like, there are definitely a lot of good ryokans all around Japan with all the hot springs and the food that they can offer. Usually when I pick a ryokan when I go there, I think I've been to a ryokan a total of 2 times. I want to say 2 times because they're kind of expensive. It's like $200 a person average. The higher the cost, usually the higher quality of the meal, not necessarily the higher quality of the room. Because really, when you pay that price, $200 sounds like a lot. And that's just for 1 day. Per person, by the way. There's no splitting bills in the rooms of Japan in general. There's no splitting the bills. You pay per person when you go to a hotel, ryokans also, and then you also at least for a ryokan, you pay for the meals, the breakfast and the dinner, and the onsen. There's actually an separate onsen fee, but that's rolled up into the price. But I think mostly, if we just take the room, like, let me show you what the room looks like really quick. Where's that room? The room looks very quaint. The room looks very quaint, very antique, and it's actually nice. It's actually nice. Now, when you go to a ryokan, it's basically a place where you just relax. Now, there might be a town nearby, and if you're lucky to be able to get to the town nearby on foot or a short drive, like Hakone Station kind of looks like... Well, we saw Hakone Station, but the town is not really a town, it's more like a hub around the station. And there's lots of areas you could visit, but let me just show you one spot in particular. Well, let's just get a good view of the hub around the station. So this is actually from the station looking out. And there's like a restaurant and some small shops there, a bunch of cars, and taxis that'll take you to your destination, which is usually the ryokan you're going to be staying at. Because if you go to Hakone, it is probably the only reason why you're coming here, or at least the first thing you need to do is unload all your stuff. Otherwise, you're going to be carrying a bunch of stuff. Japan is very nice, very nice. A lot of people probably get intimidated with the language barrier and all the stuff you need to know before going to Japan. I say there's a few basics you really want to know. It's just like, don't be a jerk. Don't be a jerk. Just the simple sumimasen, sorry, arigato, thank you, that's good enough. Everything else can be done through Google Translate. That includes maps, that includes communication if you're having trouble. At least in the major cities, in the train stations, you're able to find staff that can help you get where you need to go to. Also, staff in hotels in the major cities. And some tourist destinations, some tourist hotels or ryokans can help you in English, but in general, it would really help to know at least the bare minimum Japanese. Or at least, if you can't speak Japanese or show them something in Japanese, pictures, to show them pictures, and they usually can get it. They're used to this by now. They're used to this by now, but it still would help both ways, you know. But yeah, that's... At least the area around Hakone is pretty nice. But I haven't actually been to Mount Fuji itself. I think I may have seen Mount Fuji before, which is probably this. I don't know if this is actually Mount Fuji. I can't tell. Turn it this way. I can't tell if this is Mount Fuji or not. Like legit, I don't know that. It looks like Mount Fuji. I think it's Mount Fuji. It's far away enough to look like Mount Fuji from where I was in the train. So if this is Mount Fuji, I have a picture of Mount Fuji, several shots of Mount Fuji apparently. And Mount Fuji likes to hide in the clouds. That's just what it likes to do. So you'd be lucky to actually see the top of Mount Fuji clear. And apparently the base too in this case. But anyway, that's enough pictures for today. We could probably go forever with that. I probably should try to do like a chatting stream regarding Japan one time, but it's like, where do I start? There's so much stuff. There's so much stuff to go over. But anyway, today we are doing Sakuraco box. We're going to be doing a we're going to be doing a snack review. I've been doing this for the past 2 or 3 months now. This is the third box, but I think I kind of skipped last month because scheduling wise. Technically this is the October box. Technically this is the October box. That's the wrong screen. It's this one. Technically this is the October box. Flavors of Mount Fuji apparently. So this is the Sakuraco website. They also give you a pamphlet of the snacks that you get in the box. Speaking of which, here's the box. I already opened it because I think a few items taste better refrigerated, and I refrigerated at least this jelly ahead of time. It is a fruit jelly. It has like, I think a cherry and a little orange in here. So we're gonna taste this probably near the end. But it's very clear. Look at this jelly, man. It's very clear. That's really, really nice. We're gonna try this later, probably near the end to refresh ourselves from everything. But let me just show you what's inside the box for you guys, because we're gonna go through the box. We're gonna try out everything for the stream. That's how this works. We try everything. I review it. I say whether I like it or not, what could probably be what I liked about it or not. And yeah, that's about it. Was the language a problem for me, or did I know enough to make, or did you know how to make you understand? So when you talk to Japanese people in general, unless they're like super fluent, where there are a few but not many, you want to say things in very simple sentences. Like, you know how in English a lot of times you say a lot of words to mean a very specific thing, to be very descriptive. In Japanese, you just want to break it down to the essential. So let's say if someone asks you where you came from, you could probably say, I came from California, or they probably don't know where California is. So you probably say, I just came from America. That's good enough for them. And America is their way of saying United States or US, because I think one time when I said US to someone way up in the boonies in northern Japan, they got confused. So it's like, okay, I probably should have said America. They would understand that. Or if you're trying to say, where did you come from? Trying to go somewhere. It's very situational. I wish I could give concrete examples, but nothing is coming up on the top of my head. But basically, you want to just say very simple words in English, especially if they're not very good at English, which a lot of Japanese are not. But for the most part, all the signs are bilingual in English and Japanese, so that should help at least quite a bit. So even if you're hesitant of, if you're hesitant of traveling in Japan alone, which I wholly advocate, don't be. Don't be worried about traveling alone. It's actually a very easy place to travel alone, and it's nice to experience traveling Japan alone. You get to know more about the country and the things around you a bit more. You also tend to absorb more. Maybe that's just me in a traveler's mindset, but I advocate where you can travel alone, if you can travel alone safely. There are places where you never want to travel alone because safety is in numbers, but in Japan that's not an issue. Not an issue whatsoever. It's a very safe country. You can be out at midnight, and you can probably be out at midnight, and unless you're looking for trouble, you're not gonna get into trouble. Like, it's very hard to get into trouble in Japan, unless you somehow just look for like yakuza and actually get into places you're not supposed to. But there's very few of those. They tend to be concentrated in like areas in Tokyo and I want to say Osaka, but I haven't tried to visit those areas. It's not my thing. It also tends to be around red light districts, so there is that. Hey creator, welcome. Yes, food. I was just talking about Mount Fuji area, Hakone, which is also near the Mount Fuji area. I also showed a picture which I think is Mount Fuji. Let me just show that again really quick. I think this is Mount Fuji. I'm not sure if it's Mount Fuji or not, but I'm calling it Mount Fuji. It looks like Mount Fuji to me. At least the shape looks like Mount Fuji. I don't know any other place in Japan that has this shape. But you can't really see the top or the bottom because Mount Fuji likes to hide in the clouds. So, but we're doing snacks around Mount Fuji. And flavors of Mount Fuji. I've never been to Mount Fuji before. I want to. I actually was going to hike Mount Fuji during my second trip to Japan. But there was a typhoon, and I don't think I wanted to climb that in the middle of a typhoon. So I went elsewhere, a lot closer to Tokyo, since I was staying in Tokyo at the time, to this place called Mount Mitake. And it's actually really, really nice. Now, Mount Fuji is kind of like a thing you do once and kind of forget about it, because let's be honest, it's a very grueling hike, 6 to 8 hours going up. 6 to 8 hours going up, oxygen deprivation, oxygen sickness, because you have a lack of it. So you do have to prepare quite a bit. You have to prepare your food, your water, that kind of thing. So it's like, and then if you want to stay there overnight to see the sunrise, it might be like warm summer day at the bottom, but as soon as you get to the top, it's pretty much like winter. It's pretty much like winter. If you haven't seen YouTube videos of it, climbing Mount Fuji, go ahead and search for it. I think abroad in Japan, he was one of the ones that did it. He's a bit of a sarcastic boy, but he does make the trip quite funny. There's also, I think, Charla who did another climb, but I don't think she showed quite as much. Also, she was much more comfy because Charla went into a cabin, very cramped, very overpriced cabin, but if you want somewhere warm, you'll pay any price up there. And Chris from abroad in Japan, he stayed outside, froze, and yeah, he just did his British thing. If you could go to Japan, I'd hike that mountain, typhoon or not. You say that, but that's a safety thing. That's a safety thing. I would not recommend it. I would not recommend it. Like if it's a typhoon, you do not want to be outside. I was actually caught in a really bad typhoon on my last trip, which was in 2019. 2019 was my last trip to Japan because you know what happened in 2020 and we're in 2021, still can't go to Japan. Or else I would be there, traveling, at least for a month. But anyway, 2019 Typhoon Hagibis rolled through Japan around October, which is when I was traveling over there. And it shut down all the train stations. It shut down all the train stations, which is unheard of. And I'll post a video of some of that when maybe tomorrow. Maybe I'll post it tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday. But I'll post a video of the train stations when that typhoon hit. It was crazy. It was crazy. A typhoon, if you know what a hurricane is, a typhoon is basically the same thing as a hurricane, except it happens in the Pacific. So I think if it comes from the Pacific, it's called a typhoon. If it comes from the Atlantic, it's a hurricane. And I think if it comes from the Indian Ocean, it's a monsoon. I think it depends on where it comes from. Where that spout of water and wind come from. I think that's how they classify it. Please fact check me on that one, because I think that's how it is. But anyway, yeah, Mount Fuji, would like to hike it one day. But the hiking season, I think, is a short window from July to September, I believe. I think that's usually when the hiking season is, because that's when it's warm. And the colder it is everywhere else in Japan, the colder it is on top of Mount Fuji. And icy, that's the main thing. There's ice on Mount Fuji when it's out of season. And you don't want to be there when there's ice. Though some people have tried, and some people have made it through. but it's not recommended unless you're confident in climbing that. Which, it's just a slope. It's really just a slope, but yeah, just be careful if you try to climb it out of season. There's good warnings everywhere. And also most of the services up top are closed down out of season. If you found me in your fridge, what would you do? Like, alive and stuff but chilling in your fridge? I would probably ask, what are you doing in my fridge and where's my food? Because that fridge is usually stuffed with food, so what do you do in my fridge? Get out. I want my food back. If not, you're gonna be paying me $100 to $200 worth of groceries, because that's how much food I have in there. So, yes. I would kick you out. I would kick you out. Because that's not allowed. Anyway, let's get on to it with this. Okay, so if you're not familiar with the Sakuraco boxes, this is the third time doing it, but if you're not familiar with it, they usually give you a postcard. Let me see if I can... No, that's fine. They give you a postcard, which is made with, I think, actual Japanese quality paper, or at least it feels like a postcard paper. Hey Kaz, welcome. How's it going? Now, if I found Kaz in my fridge, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with Kaz in my fridge. But anyone else, no. Yeah, I'm kicking you out. I'm kicking you out. But Sakuraco likes to give the postcards. Thanks for vibing, Kaz. Thank you. We'll get to the snack soon. I promise. I just like talking about Japan, and I could probably do an entire talk stream on Japan. I just don't know where to start. And I'd like to sprinkle the snack streams with the Japan stuff anyway, so... But, very nice card. Very pretty card. Let me see if I can get that on camera. Very pretty card. And basically telling people like, hey, Shizuoka Yamanashi, we want to share the flavors, and a little bit about the background of what this box is. So there is that. They also give you a really nice pamphlet of cultural stuff and the foods you're gonna find in the box. So I'm just gonna flip through this really quick, but these are nice to collect. These are nice to collect. They tell you all about the green. So in this one we have green tea. It looks like some fish stuff, because I think we have some fish flavored snacks here. If you don't like fish, you might not like it, but it's not very strong flavor. What does it say behind the picture? Which picture? Which picture? On the postcard or here in the pamphlet? Because the pamphlet, I'm just quickly going through it. If it's a postcard, I can go and read that. Should be fairly quick. But anyway, this does tell you all about the snacks, and some of it's on the website, so I'll be using the website as a guide. Otherwise, I'll be flipping through this with sticky fingers, and I don't want this to be sticky. So let me see. Is there any other cultural stuff here? Because they like to. Oh, okay. So they do also show you where Shizuoka is, where the Mount Fuji area is. So a very clear shot of Mount Fuji, which is very, very rare. So Shizuoka, Mount Fuji is right. So if Tokyo is around this area, it's maybe not too far from Tokyo. It's also like it's also probably close to the coast. The postcard. Okay, I'll get to that after we flip through this. As far as the snacks go, a lot of these pictures we can see when we get to the what do you call this? The website. Ah, jeez. They have a photo. So they like to do this photo contest, but I'm never able to do these for whatever reason. Take a selfie in the great outdoors with your box and upload it to social media. I probably should do this before I open it, because I'm pretty sure I can get a pretty good photo of these. And I want these prizes. You see these coasters? These glass coasters and glasses? I want these. I want these. I like to collect these and use them. They're beautiful and practical, but I like these stuff. I'm like a, what do you call it? How was it? I am a kitchenware kind of person. My home is in the kitchen. Okay, so let me just read this to you really quick. So this is from the postcard. We are so excited to share the flavors of Shizuoka and Yamanashi this month. Mount Fuji holds such a special place in Japanese culture from July to September. Yep, that's when the hiking season is. People, young and old, test their endurance to reach the summit. It takes 6 to 8 hours to get to the top from the bottom. Well, not necessarily the bottom. There's several trails on Mount Fuji that you can pick. Depending on which one you go to, it could be as long as 11, 12 hours or as short as, let's say, 6. But usually during the hiking season, it's very slow going. You're basically in a line. And it's just slow to get up there because there's so many people trying to get to the same place you are. So if you're okay with that, then by all means, do it when it's the hiking season, because that is when they actually recommend you to go there. But if you want to be alone with nature and all that stuff outside the season, but be very careful. I don't advocate it because I haven't tried it myself, but there are people that have done it. For me, nothing can quite compare to the tranquility of taking in the breathtaking views of the mountain while indulging the tea and fruits of the surrounding area. Connecting with nature does wonders for the soul. This month, we hope that you too will feel the magic of Mount Fuji. From Ayumi Chikamoto. I don't know who Ayumi Chikamoto is, but Ayumi-san, thank you. Thank you for that. Okay, so one of the things that we can get that actually came with the box is this bowl. So this is a Mount Fuji O1 bowl. Let me see if I can click on it. Will it let me click on it? It does not work. I guess because... Okay, there we go. So Mount Fuji O1 bowl, which is this thing. It's basically a plastic bowl that looks like Mount Fuji when you flip it over. So this is the bottom, this is the top. I think it's basically a snack bowl, but when I was looking at this, I wasn't sure what to make of it. Is this a drinking cup? Is this a snack bowl? Let me see if I can zoom out a little bit more, because I feel like it's a little bit too zoomed in. Ah! My junk! My junk! You don't want to see the junk around my table. You really don't. But anyway, this is a bowl that they give you. I think O1 bowl was designed in honor of the sacred Japanese mountain. Use it for snacks and sweets, or flip it upside down as decor. So you can use as a decoration also. But I had another idea. I actually had another idea for this. I haven't put it to test yet because I didn't have enough time. But I think you can use this to make layered jello. Like you see this. It kind of looks like this is Mount Fuji, right? Snow. So we got snow caps. We got the side, and then on top, the cherry blossom, which is a huge symbol in Japan. You see this down here? Cherry pattern. I'm thinking maybe line the bottom with something red like slices of strawberry or cranberry. Mix some clear jello with maybe a little juice flavor. Layer that in. Chill it. But don't fill it up all the way, just chill it for the very top, and then slowly build your way up to make it. I don't think it's gonna come out smoothly because of how rippled this is, and you can't really squeeze it, but I think we can make some really good jello with this. I would do it on stream if I could, but making jello, just one layer of making jello takes like 3 hours of setting, so I may either do a video or just show the results at some point, at some point. But yeah, this is a very nice thing. There's the reason why I like Sakuraco. If you just get a boxu, I think you just get snacks and tea. But Sakuraco will give you these kitchenware stuff, which I really, really enjoy. I enjoy collecting them. I like looking at them. It just reminds me of going to the souvenir shops in Japan. Some people, that might be a bad thing. because a lot of it can be really touristy. But for me, just looking around is quite enjoyable. And I'll show you guys a picture of that some other time. If we have time here at the end, I'll show you some pictures of souvenir shops, because they can be quite dizzying in this choice of selections. But yeah, we got that. Also, while we're starting here, there is tea at the bottom. They actually gave me 2 packets of tea. So here is a tea bag, and the information for that tea is this thing: sencha with matcha tea. There we go. So this tea can be done cold or hot. So it's kind of warm outside still, so we're gonna go with a cold tea. I already opened one bag. This is bag number 2. So I'm gonna grab my crab, what do you call this? Crab cup? Crab imprinted cup. Last time I brought out the rabbit cup, which is a cute little tiny cup, but today we have big crab cup. I'm gonna put the tea in here. I'm gonna use some cold water for this. Here's the tea bag. I'm just going to... It says to steep the tea for 2 to 3 minutes in cold water. Well, it says to start with hot water first. So it says to start with hot water first and cool it down with ice for about 5 minutes. Boiling, so that I think that brings it down to about 60 to 70 degrees Celsius before you can use it, and then you put the tea in. 30 to 50 mLs. I don't think you can measure 30 to 50 mLs worth of water. That sounds very small. But anyway, it says 120 to 180 seconds steeping time for cold tea. But you know what? I think for cold tea, it doesn't really matter too much. So we're just gonna pour like maybe halfway, and we'll let that steep throughout. And I'll review this tea once we have some snacks with it, or at least once it's steeped enough. So yeah, there's that tea. I'm not expecting anything too fancy with this tea. Sencha is your typical green tea in Japan, which is like, I think the best way to describe sencha is it's a little bit grassy. Now that might sound weird, that you're drinking grass, but it is a little bit grassy. It has that smell of fresh grass, but it tastes nice and refreshing. And I guess this one has some matcha mixed in. So I'm expecting something earthy overall. That's just kind of how it goes with that. Alright, so I'm not exactly sure what order of snacks we're gonna go with today. Whatever we find first, that's what we're gonna go with. So, what did I just pick up here? What did I actually just pick up here? Kokoshi dal, senbei. Oh, senbei. Senbei is... Why does this thing not like to... So usually when I click on the pictures on the website, it automatically takes me to the snacks, but not this time apparently. So senbei, if you're not familiar with senbei, it's basically rice crackers shaped into like flat, what do you call this? Flat disc, or it could be wheat also. But in this case, it's glutinous rice, soy sauce, mirin, sugar, bunch of sweet stuff. And the kokoshi dolls are like Japan's traditional wooden dolls, usually shaped into, or at least usually has the image of a small girl on it. But it looks like we have a few different varieties here. So it looks like there's like these 3 different things in the senbei box. Hey gamer, what's up? How's it going? How's your Friday so far? We're just going over the Sakuraco snack box, and we haven't really gotten much of anywhere because I was talking too much about Mount Fuji, Japan, all that kind of stuff. But it looks like we have a few things here from the Dova Syndrome. I'm not sure what this one is, but I'm gonna guess it's... We have two different kinds, but one is flatter and this one's a bit thicker. So... Also, senbei tend to... Oh! That's a paper. That's a paper, wrapping. Oh, I should have opened that mic. You know what? Let me actually turn off the filter here. Is the music too loud, guys? Is the music too loud? I forgot to ask about that. Hopefully the music's not too loud. Okay. But anyway. So this is... You've probably seen something similar like this before in Japanese snack pouches if you've seen them in the grocery stores or Asian markets. A tiny bit quieter. Alright, let me make it a tiny bit quieter then. How's that? How's that? The music's supposed to be ambient, but I really can't tell. It smells salty. Hello, Hal. Hello, Haley. Haley? Haley Skill? Highly Skill? Welcome. Welcome. It smells salty as I would expect. So let me give this a try. And I'm gonna try seeing if we can get this to snap in the mic, because there's a reason why I got a new mic, is so that we can get these cracking sounds. So let's see. Did that go through? Did that crunch go through? It's what I expected from a rice cracker. Nice. At least the crunch went through. That's what I was hoping for. That's what I was hoping for. Yeah, it's basically just a normal rice cracker, to be honest. But I think where is this one from? Morihaku and Gifu. So Sakuraco likes to showcase snacks from makers in the area that they're highlighting that in that month. So Morihaku from Gifu. That was a rice cracker. Oh, this one didn't have quite a paper thing to it, and this looks very thin. Oh, this is more of a sweet one. I'm gonna save this for later. Oh, Highly Skill and you are the same. Okay, thank you. Thank you for letting me know that. Okay, let's try this one first. Let's try this one first. I think this is the one with the nuts and stuff. So this ball is a nut. Oh, and you can see the kokushida. You can see the kokushida imprint. So this would be the head, and this would be the body. So I'm eating a doll right now. I'm eating a doll right now. So let's go with where we know kind of what this tastes like. The rice cracker I tasted earlier, it's lightly salted. Very, very nice. You don't eat those like potato chips. You don't just down them like potato chips. It's kind of like crack taste snack. But if you had a bigger bag, then you could probably down them like potato chips. This one is probably heavily soaked in soy sauce and mirin. I am interested in this for sure, because usually those are pretty good. But here, for now, we have a peanut wrapped in some sort of cracker. So if you have something like that in your home place, for Asia, I think it's Nagaraya. In everywhere else in the world, I think it's samurai peanuts. I don't know what they have in the EU. Not quite sure. But I'm gonna try this one. All right. Ooh, my battery on the camera is getting low. I probably should plug that one in. Okay, that was I don't think I tasted much, to be honest. I don't think there was probably a little bit of salt, but other than the peanut, Other than the peanut, I couldn't really taste anything. I'm not sure if it was supposed to be like that. Okay, charging up the camera while I can. Alright, we're gonna try this one next, a soy sauce and mirin soaked rice cracker. The soy sauce was very savory. It's not salty like you would expect soy sauce to be, which is, I mean, it's what I expected, because I've had quite a few of these snacks before. But the soy sauce has a very mellow flavor on this one. Like, normally when you have soy sauce in most things, it just kind of tastes like salty, maybe a little bit of soy, could be sometimes watered down depending on what soy sauce you get. Japanese soy sauce in general, it tends to be on the lighter side. This one, you could definitely taste the soy sauce quite a bit. Maybe not a whole bunch of sweetness like I was expecting, because usually when you have these, it has a little bit of sweetness to it, but there's like just soy flavor. So this one is a bit, it looks like just a mini waffle. That looks like a mini waffle. I'm expecting a mini waffle taste with this also. So we're gonna give this a try next. I don't think that one went through as well. Yeah, I don't think that one went through very well. Also, that was not sweet. That was actually salty, which was unexpected. That was unexpected. Or maybe the salt is from the other stuff I ate. So it kind of got mixed in, so I can't tell if it's actually salty or not. Overall, though, it's a nice present snack. It's definitely a nice present snack. So I say present snack because there are some things you give people as a gift, because as a special occasion, like souvenir snacks and sort of stuff like that. Some souvenir snacks just look fancy, and the taste could be good, sometimes not. Is everything going to be salty? Just for that pack, it will be. But we have a bunch of sweet stuff here also. So I'm looking forward to the sweet stuff because I do have the tea, and the tea needs some sweet stuff to go with. Speaking of which, I think I already know this is going to be salty, so we're going to try to alternate between salty and sweet. Snacks are my favorite gifts. Japan really know what they're doing. Yes, Japanese snacks are actually really good gifts. It's like if you had a choice of what you would rather get from a trip to Japan, would you rather get snacks you can't find anywhere else, or would you rather get, I don't know, let's say a figurine from your favorite anime, or a really rare game? Which would you rather have? You can only choose one. Snacks that you can't really find anywhere else, or the super rare figurine or game or anime goods, whatever it might be. Me personally, it's snacks every single time. Snack every single time. You would definitely have the food. It's a bigger insight to the culture that you can't really get anywhere else. Yes. Also, I like food, but that's definitely a huge consideration, because to know how people are like in a place, sometimes you just have to eat the same things they do. Yeah. I also like to try foods from different places. This one looks promising. If the website has anything to say about this, green tea leaf cookies, and we're drinking green tea, so green tea on green tea. This is from Shizuoka, from Takayanagi in Shizuoka. Wheat, eggs, soybeans. Oh, there's actually soybeans here. Sugar, flour, it's basically just a green tea cookie, but I'm interested in this because this is a bigger package than I usually get from any other snacks. It's like as big as the box here. It's as big as the box. Alright. So let me just open this. Okay, so this is what kind of looks like on the inside. A bunch of cookies at the bottom. It's resealable, so we can definitely only have a few and then come back for it another time. That'd be nice. Let's see. We're not gonna look at calorie information, but they do give you calorie information on this one. It looks like it's 536 calories per 100 grams, and how many grams is in here? 50 grams, so about 280 calories, 260 calories for the entire thing. But we're not gonna eat the entire thing. We're probably gonna eat like one or two. I'm gonna start with one though. Here's what it looks like. It looks very florally, and I don't know if you can actually get the detail here. I can't really focus it in, but which way does it go? Okay, I'm not sure if you can see the detail here, but there is some specks of green, darker green tea-ish thing. Let me see if I can adjust my camera because I want to really show this. The focus is not really working with me. Let me see if I can adjust this. Okay. Ah, crap. Nope, let's not do that. Phone just went through an install process, so I have to make sure it doesn't do that. I am using a phone to get footage here, because we gotta use what we got. Alright, let me see. Can I focus on this? Can I focus on this? I guess there's as much as focus I can get. I don't know if you can really see it on camera, but there are little dark green spots on the cookie. So these are shaped like flowers. You can see it easier here at the bottom, these little dark green spots. That's also present up top. I think that's the green tea, but it might also just be like little tea pieces, maybe. It smells like green tea. It tastes like a shortcake, a green tea shortcake. That is quite lovely. Quite lovely. This green tea flavor is not very strong, but in this case, I don't think you want it to be like super strong. A lot of snacks in Japan don't tend to have very strong flavors, but this is quite nice though. Quite nice. Let me give you guys a piece since there's quite a bit from this one. Here you go. Here's your piece, guys. Make sure you share. All right. Okay. All right, and let me try the tea now since it's probably been more than 30 minutes and we actually got a dessert in. I think I need to take this out because I think I need to take the tea bag out. It's a little bitter right now because I probably soaked it in there for a little too long. Let me see. Let's use the Mount Fuji cup to hold that tea. Proceeds to take cookie. Proceeds to steal cookie. I'm not. You don't have to steal it. I'm offering it to you. I'm offering it to you. The tea, though. I think the tea would taste better hot, but on a warm day, cool tea. Cool tea is very nice. Cool tea is very nice. It's a little bitter. I'm not sure because if I steeped it for too long, or that might be the sencha that's coming through. The matcha, I'm not really tasting the matcha, maybe because I used too much water. I'm not exactly sure. But using cold water for the tea, very nice, very nice. Now, if you're not familiar with making cold tea, you could soak the tea leaves or tea bag in water overnight, and that way you don't get most of the bitterness that comes with the tea. Because usually the bitterness that comes from the tea, I think, is the tannins, the oils that are on the tea leaves. That's why for certain teas, you don't want to boil it, or you don't want to steep it at higher temperatures, otherwise it makes the tea really, really bitter. So when people complain about bitter tea, it's because of that, the tannins. In this case, I think it's just naturally bitter, probably because of the sencha, or it could be because I steeped it for too long. But when you brew cold tea, it doesn't really become super bitter like you would have in hot tea. So maybe this just the leaves in here. It's not an unpleasant bitterness, but if you're not used to it, it could be off-putting. But it's not very strong either. It's kind of like, I think, why people say cold brew tea isn't super bitter. I don't drink coffee though. Not cold brew coffee, sorry. I don't drink coffee though. It's not just my thing. I tried a couple of times, and when I drink coffee, I think coffee has a half-life of 12 hours or something in your body, so I stay up all night, and that's bad for me. Tea, on the other hand, not as much caffeine, even when brewed, so I stick with tea. I also like the flavor of tea much better. Okay, all right. So we'll check the next one, which we'll go with this. We'll go with this one because I think it might be salty. I think it's salty. Aji shirabe senbei. Aji shirabe. Is it this way? No, those are the jellies. Oh, back up. All right, I'm expecting salty on this one. Confectionery. Masakiyas confectionery Niigata. I don't know anything in Niigata actually. Or was it? Maybe I'm thinking it's of a different place. But yeah. Oh, isn't Niigata on the other side of the country? Why do we have something from Niigata? Why is it all the way there? Anyway, this is probably just a regular snack you can find in a grocery store. Probably not so much a souvenir snack. But this is made from rice. It's a rice cracker. But apparently the ingredients all say there's grape sugar, rice flour, grape sugar, soy sauce, salt. I'm not sure if the grape sugar is any different from the regular sugar. We might actually taste grape. We just might taste sugar. I'm gonna bet. I'm gonna bet it just tastes like sugar. There's like no grape. All right. Here's a cracker. Regular cracker. I don't think there's any design on it. Fairly regular cracker. Okay. So there's a couple of ways you can make senbei. One way you can make senbei is like really thin and really crunchy. This one is not like, it's crunchy, but it's not like your typical crunch. This is more like a soft crunch, and this is kind of like a squish. I don't like to say styrofoam because it's not quite styrofoam in texture, but the way I would probably describe it is like the styrofoam version of rice cracker. It's not unpleasant, it's like a soft crunch rather than a hard crunch. Like, I don't know if you can hear the difference between that crunch and the crunch from the other senbei we had earlier, but that's a softer crunch. At least I can taste it. I can taste the difference in crunch. This is on the sweeter side. It does have salt, but it is on the sweeter side of senbei.
That is quite enjoyable. I could eat an entire bag of that if they actually gave me an entire bag of that. Oh my god. But I'll give you guys this other piece. It's kind of broken in half though, so here you go. Here's my offering. Here's my offering to you guys. Yeah, here you go. Bye. I'll probably just finish the leftovers now because it's that tasty. Oh. Oh my gosh. The only problem with these snack boxes, well, one problem with these snack boxes, because I can list other problems, is they don't give you enough snacks here. They really don't. I mean, you can't fit much. It's a small box, but it's basically a sampling. It's basically just a sampling. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Okay. What's this one? What actually is this one? This is... Oh! No. Ototo soy sauce chips. I wanted to say fish chips because there's like fish on the thing. But apparently it's also soy sauce flavored. Soy sauce. Oh, there was just one over. Mizutani Shoten from Shizuoka. Ototo soy sauce chips. Ototo generally Ototo generally means younger brother, but I don't think that's what it means in this case. So I'm not sure what they're referring to, but this is basically a wheat snack. So they don't use. So I guess unlike other snacks like you would find in America or anywhere else in Europe or maybe Canada even. Anyway, I feel like in Western culture we overuse potato for all types of snacks, maybe some corn here and there. In other places, especially in Asia, they like to use wheat and tapioca and rice for their snacks. And I actually find that much better than potato stuff. Potato chips are nice. Don't get me wrong, potato chips are nice. Fries are nice. But there's just something about wheat snacks, rice snacks that doesn't make you feel crummy. I think that's the main thing. They don't make you feel crummy after eating them. Potato, for some reason, does make me feel crummy. I'm not sure why. So if I have a chance to get something that's not a potato based snack, then I will. Some corn snacks are okay. I'm not a fan of those either, just because how there's something about the texture about corn snacks where it just kind of like breaks apart way too easily. I'll eat them, but it's just there's something about them I don't quite like. Anyway, we have a fish snack here. I guess fish flavored with soy sauce, and apparently there is DHA in here because it's probably the DHA from the fish. I don't know. It may be, it may not be. I'm expecting salty because of soy sauce. Yep, contains fish. DHA, I'm not sure what EPA means in this case. I honestly don't know what that means in this case, but it could just be fancy marketing for all I know. How do I open this thing, actually? I guess I'll just tear it. Yeah, we'll just tear it. I need to find something to close this up later. Okay, so chips. This kind of looks like the shape of a Frito. It looks like the shape of a Frito. It's small, got little specks in here. I don't know if we can see that on camera very well. Those are quite hard. I was expecting some sort of crispy crunch to that, but that's kind of like biting into a cookie chip. I think is the best way for me to describe it. I mean, if you look at, that's too small. If you look at this, when you look at this and if you're familiar with chips or Fritos, you kind of expect that kind of texture, but it's more like biting into a fried cookie, a thin fried cookie, if that's what it is. It's probably more. It says there's vegetable fat, so I'm guessing this was fried. It could be fried. I don't think it could be baked also. I honestly don't know. But I will say this though, I don't really taste the soy sauce. I do taste the fish flavor. So this is apparently made with sardine shavings, and I do taste the fish flavor. So if you're not a fan of fish, you may not like this. Now for me, the fish flavor isn't very strong or pronounced, but I can definitely smell it. I can definitely taste it. I still like this though. I still like this. It's a kind of snack I would probably go to when I'm just want to like munch on something. And we got DHA. I don't think you can. I don't think you can say it's a bad snack. Just be aware it does have fish. So if you have fish allergies or don't like fish in general, you may not like this. But I taste more of a wheat and salty and maybe some sweetness, but it's mostly wheat and salty that I taste from this. I like it. Some people may not. Oh, they actually gave me a second one of that senbei. We're not going to review this one because I already reviewed it, so that's going to go to the side. What do I actually have here? Oh, what is this? Is this jelly? Oh no, it's not jelly. I ate something salty-ish. Let's go for something sweet. This might be a sweet snack. So, Kyoho Grape Chocolate Crunch. This one? I think it's this one. Kyoho Grape Chocolate Crunch. I don't know what Kyoho is. I think it might be a region. Kyoho grapes from Yamanashi are highly prized for their rich flavor. This crunchy sweet is made with smooth white chocolate infused with fragrant grapes and coated around toasted cornflakes. I see. The picture makes it look like it's kind of big, but it's actually not. It's basically the size of the palm of my hand. And I've had grapes in Japan before. Probably not the really dark red grapes though, which this looks like it's from that sort of red grapes. You probably heard of muscat grapes in Japan, which is like the highest, not necessarily quality, but it's their most expensive grape, which is produced at the highest quality. But muscat grapes are like super sweet. I don't think I've had them before, but I've had a lower grade of grapes. I think they came at about 700 yen a box, or maybe it was 1400 yen. I don't remember. Let me see if I can find a picture, because I know I took a picture of this one. I know I took a picture of this thing. But you're wondering to yourself, why are the grapes so expensive? And the grapes are so expensive because there's a lot of care that goes into the produce over there. Maybe not, but that's what they like to say, and we'll just go with that. The other thing is they really do taste very different. The oranges I wish were a little bit more tart or a little bit more sweet. However, the grapes that I tried were very sweet. Let me see if I can find a picture of it. Trying to look for a picture of the grapes. Well, actually, you're actually going to be able to see it. So the grapes in question. Oh crap! Let's go the other way. So the grapes in question are actually the same grapes in my background right now. So here we have, here we have two different grapes. I think the cheaper grapes are in the small box, in the small plastic container, and the more expensive grapes are in the little cup container. I think the cup container grapes cost about 1,400 yen, or about $14, and then the smaller one, the other ones are about 700 yen, $7. Why are they so different in price? It's because they actually do taste different. They actually do taste different, and they taste much different from any grapes I've had, at least around here. The grapes you find around here can be sweet, but usually a little bit tart. They're fine grapes. These, though, they taste like candy. And one tastes more like candy than the other. I wouldn't say they're necessarily juicy, though they do have quite a bit of juice. But the one in the rectangular container is sweeter than your probably typical grape you would find anywhere else. And the one in the cup container is 2 or 3 times sweeter than the grapes in the box, the square container, if you can believe that. I don't know how else to describe it because I don't have the grapes here with me. I can't describe it accurately enough. But when I tried it, it definitely was different. I think I actually recorded my reaction to that, so you'll see it eventually on the YouTube channel, because I'll probably be making a short video about it. But it is quite different. But here, anyway, kosher grape, red grapes from Yamanashi in this case, chocolate covered. Oh, that's actually interesting. What is? It actually smells like grapes. I don't know if this is artificial fragrance. I think it might be artificial grape. It might be artificial fragrance to enhance that grape flavor. But this is basically crushed cornflakes, according to what they have over here, and rolled into a chocolate thing. If I had to compare it to something, it'd probably be like a Rice Krispie treat, except it's not as soft as Rice Krispies, and it's more of it feels harder but crunchier. Speaking of crunch, we're gonna get that crunch here soon. I hope they give me another one of these. I can't get the crunch on the mic. It's soft. It's very soft. Like, here's a cross section. Here's a cross section. It's basically very homogeneous, the way they mixed it. And it's like in this little scoop shape. I don't think this goes well with tea. I don't think this goes well with tea because I think the tea pretty much killed the flavor in my mouth as soon as I drank. But this is excellent. This, I'm not sure if I would call this a snack. I would probably call this like a sweet. Grape flavored sweet with cornflakes. So if you wanted to make this by yourself, you would probably have to do it a little bit differently. And you can probably do things... You can probably do something a little bit differently also. I think if you were to make this at home, you would get some melted chocolate, maybe. I don't know if you can mix juice in melted chocolate and it will still be okay. But you could try doing that, or there's another way to get the juice flavor through this. That's something to experiment with. But basically, we get crushed cornflakes, some chocolate, some flavored chocolate, mix it up, ball it up, maybe just chill it. I don't think this is baked. Just probably chill. But that's super good. That's super good. And this is like white chocolate. Say what you want about white chocolate. I like it. I like white chocolate. And my hands are sticky now. Alright, we need something salty. This looks salty. That definitely looks salty. I hope it is all salty. I guess I'll just go scroll through here because I can't click on a darn thing. So what do we have here next? We have... not those chips. Miso arare. I'm not sure what arare means. But definitely I think you know what miso means. It's miso flavored rice crackers in this case. Very fancy packaging, let me tell you. So, let's see. Crispy rice snacks are made with ingredients from Aichi Prefecture. This is by Kikuichi in Aichi. Made with rice and tamari soybean sauce, red miso seasoning. Baked to a rich golden color. They're a perfect blend of sweet and savory. Let's see if there's actually any sweet in here. I might not be able to taste it, but it does look savory because of that miso and soy sauce. I wonder if there's a way to open this without totally like opening it and not being able to close it. Okay, let's just grab a couple of pieces for this one. It's not resealable, so I gotta figure out a way to seal that later. But anyway, here's what we got. Your regular rice crackers. But they are very glazed by the looks of it. Very, very glazed. They smell like soy sauce. Of course, because they got soy sauce here. Or, yeah, soy sauce. Miso, if there's any miso smell, it's gonna be the same smell as the soy sauce because they both come from soybeans. That's just how it works. I think I've had this flavor before. Like, you can probably find this in a regular bag of Japanese mixed snacks, but that's quite nice. It's got a deep flavor. Probably because of that miso and soy sauce mixed in. I could just be making it up. But it really does have a nice deep soy sauce flavor if you're into that. No complaints. Definitely no complaints. Alright. Let's move on. There's quite a few things here that we could probably go off to. More green tea snacks. Let's check this one out. What is this one? This is not that one. We'll save the Baumkuchen for last. Just because I feel like all Baumkuchens are mostly the same regardless in how you flavor them. I could, especially packaged Baumkuchen. If you're gonna have Baumkuchen fresh, that might be a different story, but packaged Baumkuchen, they all taste the same to me. They all taste the same to me. This one though, they call it green tea dakois? Dakois? How do you say that? Dakois. You can see the spelling on screen. How do you say that? This is from Takayanagi in Shizuoka Prefecture. Eggs, dairy, almonds. This looks like it's mainly egg whites, almonds, rice, some rice flour. It's not on the top of the list apparently. Sugar, powder, matcha, egg white, more egg whites, some green tea, some butter. So I'm guessing there's kind of like a cookie, but there's a ton of egg whites in here. There's a ton of egg whites in this recipe. Oh, that packaging is actually hard to open. Let's go ahead and I don't want to like open this and what do you call this? I don't want to open this and crunch whatever's in there. That's a very elastic plastic. Elastic plastic, that actually rhymes. Alright, oh wow, there's gonna be some crumbage here. There's gonna be definitely some crumbage here, so let's open it this way. Here we go, that's the entire thing. That's one huge sandwich. It's very bumpy. Not sure if you can see it, but it's very bumpy on the top and bottom. And then I guess there's a filling in the middle. Let's see if we can open that. Oh, okay, it's very soft. It's very soft. Let's see if there's a way for me to open this without totally ruining this thing. Okay, there's your cream, but it is actually very soft. I'm not sure if there's a way for me to show it. Let's see. So here is the edge. I'm barely putting any pressure to it, and you see that? It's indented because of that. There's basically like a meringue cookie. That's basically a meringue cookie. I should actually eat this like they intended to, like a sandwich. There's no crunch factor to this because it's gonna be soft. I have my tea ready. So let me see. Mmm. That is heavenly. That is actually heavenly. Here, I'll give you guys a bite too. You're gonna be eating from the same side I ate, so I hope you don't mind that. I hope you don't mind that. Say ah. Oh my gosh, I wish I could give you guys a piece of this. This is actually very heavenly. It's like eating a cloud. I don't know how cliche that phrase is, but it is like literally eating a cloud. Let me take another bite and try to accurately describe this. I bite through the sandwich. I bite through this sandwich. It's like sinking your teeth into a very, very soft pillow. And once you bite through the entire thing, you're met with the flavor of green tea and almonds. And the egg white really just makes this very, very pillowy. There's some crunch from, I think, actually, that might be like on the outside, there might be some like rice flour dusting that when it got baked, hardened. And that's kind of what gives it its form and crunch. Well, not form, but the crunch on the outside. But overall, this is like very pillowy, and try to find this. Try to find this. You have the information on screen. Try to find this and let me know how you like it, because this is very good. Gosh, it's very good. I'm gonna finish this right now. Oh, man, I want to save the rest for later. I can't though. It's that good. Indulge in sweet matcha cream sandwich between two green tea infused meringues. Yep, it's a meringue. This elegant dessert is made with rice flour and green tea from Makinohara in Shizuoka. And it is very fancy. Very fancy and very good. What is it called? Chasubu. Tea picking dakois. I still don't know what dakois means. But if you can make like a meringue cookie, that's not like your typical meringue cookie, like very soft meringue cookie, and not the hard meringue cookie, probably mixed with the rice flour. That's probably how it gets its form and structure. But that's super good. That is something you need to savor. Every bite, savor that texture, savor that flavor. I don't know how else to say it. It's that good. It's eating a cloud pillow. It's eating a cloud pillow, basically. Do I have any salty snacks here left? I think the rest of these are sweet. We do have another of those grapes, so I'm gonna put this to the side. I could offer it to you guys. Here you go. Catch. Ah, crap. Catch. That's the best I can do. That's the best I can do. Okay, what do we have left? We have Bamkuchen 1. We have cake roll. We have some bread here. I guess we'll go for the bread next. There's also the jelly that's still sitting behind me. We have some manju. Always gotta have at least one manju in these things, don't you? Fuji Club. You know what? Let's try this one next. Let's try this one next. It looks fun. This one looks fun. I think this is just a cookie. This might just be a normal cookie. I think what they really should do with the snack stuff is put the snack they want to highlight either at the very beginning or at the very end. That way, as you go through this, you're kind of taking it onto a journey from kind of plain to something really extraordinary. For me, this green tea dakois. Dakwa? Green tea dakwa? I don't know French. But anyway, the green tea meringue cookie. Wherever the heck it is in this list. This green tea meringue cookie, I would definitely put that at the top of the list or at the bottom of the list, depending on how you want to order it. But right now, we're going to do something probably a little bit more plain. From Matsuzawa in Nagano, red Fuji cookies ×2. I wish they actually told you how many they give you, but it's ×2. Wheat flour, of course, it's a cookie. Soybeans, margarine, sugar, almond powder, cocoa paste. So this is probably going to have a little bit of chocolate and milk. Delicate chocolate almond sugar cookies in the shape of the mountain, with a light pink icing. The light pink icing is flavored with sweet strawberry. Oh, that sounds interesting. Sweet strawberry. Oh, that is actually a very dark chocolate. The picture kind of betrays that. The picture kind of betrays that color. It looks a lot lighter in the picture, but it's very dark in person. And this icing, I guess it's an icing, got caught in the packaging a little bit, so that's why you see this little crease. It's quite soft. Yeah, I think that one has the margarine in there. So it melts a little bit at room temperature, but it's not too bad. But the back is not really coated as much, though some of the icing does get to the top of the back. But it's mainly just a chocolate cookie with some strawberry icing. So let's give this one a try. I don't know if that actually goes through. It's a soft cookie. The icing, though, if you're familiar with yan yan, the Asian snack yan yan, it kind of tastes like that, though a little bit fancier. Yan yan is cheap and rich. This is light. The strawberry flavor, I'm not sure it really comes through very well. It's there. The strawberry flavor is there. It's not very strong. And the cookie is very airy. Depending on how you like your cookie, you may not like this, because me personally, like for chocolate chip cookies, I don't like them super hard. Like hard cookies, not my thing. I like soft cookies. This one is airy. and it's like layered area. If it's not quite a wafer. It's like a step away from a wafer. That's pretty good though. Chocolate flavor, if you're trying to look for an intense chocolate flavor, you're probably not gonna get it here. It just kind of tastes like burnt wheat. Not in a bad way, but that's what the chocolate tastes like to me. It kind of tastes like burnt wheat. I'm not sure if that makes any sense. But it's like, it's not dark chocolate, it's not milk chocolate. If I had to equate the chocolate flavor on that cookie to something, it might be like, it's like a Nesquik kind of chocolate, but a little bit more dark than that, if that makes any sense. It probably doesn't. Sorry guys, I'm bad at describing these things. I'm super bad at describing these things. Let's try something else. This looks interesting. I'm gonna probably do this close to the end because I think it's gonna be something very unique. Okay, what do we have here next? We got like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then jelly is 5. So we're getting near the end here. This is bread, right? This is bread. Kabocha pudding bread. Oh, kabocha. So there's like a, not necessarily pumpkin, but it's like, it says pumpkin here, but it's like but kabocha, squash, pumpkin, orange, squash. I guess it's a pumpkin. It depends on the context, but it could just be a squash. Well, pumpkin is a squash, but pumpkin is a specific type of squash. It's a specific type of gourd. But they call it pumpkin in the ingredients. Kabocha is a Japanese pumpkin, which has a milder and sweeter flavor than its North American cousin, which I don't think most people... No, people do use it in pumpkin pies with heavy seasoning. This bread is made with brown rice yeast and has a rich pumpkin puree and pudding folded into the dough for a moist and rich treat. Fall treat. That's another thing. So usually when people think of October, they think spooky Halloween and stuff, but to me, when October rolls around, and more importantly November, it tells me it is fall and all the fall food that you can get from that. So pumpkins there, as well as sweet potatoes. Pumpkin, sweet potatoes, I think are the two main flavors of fall, at least in Japan. I think mainly sweet potatoes, to be honest. Anyway, your typical milk bread bun. Very, very soft. You squish it. It bounces back a little bit. Not too much, but it bounces back a little bit. Doesn't really fight you. It just kind of gives in, but it does. It really does know its place. Or at least it holds its shape. Nothing in the middle, so it's not. There's no cream or anything. It's just bread, and the flavor is I can't taste it. I taste sweet. I taste a little bit of sweet. But if you told me this had pumpkin and pudding, I still wouldn't be able to taste it. I'm trying to look for those flavors. I'm not tasting it. It just tastes a little sweet to me. I taste some like brown sugar, maybe a little bit of caramel flavor. Not necessarily pudding, not necessarily pumpkin. It's your typical dessert bread, very soft, very fluffy. I like it, but flavor-wise, I'm just not tasting the pumpkin or pudding. I taste a little bit of brown sugar, maybe, if there is brown sugar. But that's it. It's not bad bread. By a long shot, it's not bad bread. I would eat this as a snack or for breakfast. But flavor-wise, not really quite there. I'm gonna put that away because that's a lot of bread to just go through. Here you go, guys. I have half a bread left for you, so give this a try. Give this a try. Tokyo bread in Fuji. That doesn't make sense. Tokyo bread and you're in Fuji? Fuji's nowhere near Tokyo. Well, kind of, sort of, not really, but it's not in Tokyo. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not in Tokyo. Alright, I was avoiding the manju, but at least we only have one manju this time. It's like manju everywhere. Manju? What kind of manju is this? I know I passed it earlier. White peach milk manju. I'm probably not gonna taste the milk. I want to taste the peach. Please tell me it has good peach here. Peach milk bean paste. Of course it will have bean paste. It's not red bean paste, it is white bean paste. With sugar, butter-free, salt-free butter. Salt-free butter. Milk, reduced starch, egg yolk, peach juice, flour, egg, sugar, more salt-free butter. There's a bunch of repeat ingredients here for whatever reason. Sugar sweetened condensed milk. That's what condensed milk is. Potato powder, skim milk, honey, full-fat powder, dried egg yolk. From Matsuzawa in Nagano. This steamed milk manju is filled with a sweet white peach, a specialty from Yamanashi Prefecture, the highest producer of the fruit in Japan. Okay, I didn't realize Yamanashi had the most peaches. Millions of peaches. Peaches for me. Millions of peaches. Peaches for free. Not really, but okay. Crap. Plastic bags everywhere. Oh, my stuff is getting shown. Let's hide that. Let's hide my coupons and stuff. Okay. Manju. Pretty small, pretty thin. Manju can come in all different shapes and forms. Usually you see them in blocks, sometimes you see them like this. This one has, since it's steamed, the top part of this manju feels a little bit moist and soft. You probably can kind of see me leave imprints on here. It won't bounce back like the bread will because it's not made like that. It's not made like that. Then when you open it up, ooh, the inside looks promising. It's a little pinkish. I'm not sure if that's because of the juice or food coloring. They don't have food coloring on the list. No, there is a coloring agent. So the pink color is probably food coloring to show that it's actually a peach filling. It is white beans. The smell from this smells very artificially peach. It's like artificial peach smell. Like it smells like fake peach, if that makes any sense. The flavor is a little too intense peach for me. It doesn't even taste like natural peach. It tastes like fake peach. But I did say they use peach juice in here. The peach in Japan might taste a little different. I don't know. I haven't tried Japanese peach, but the peach I am used to does not taste pink. The peach I'm used to does not taste pink. I'm not sure if that makes sense to anyone else. Like, you know how pink lemonade tastes like? It's just lemonade but pink. But when I think pink, I think like cotton candy flavorish, which this does not really taste like cotton candy, but it has that leaning, if I have to describe it. If you gave this to me and didn't tell me it was peach flavored, I would not know it's peach flavored. It's nice, it's sweet. I wouldn't say it's peach flavored. I would just think it's like some really sweet manju. which manja in general are pretty sweet to begin with, but this particular, if you told me it was peach, I just don't taste it. I do not taste the peach. I'm sorry. It's good, but a little too sweet for me personally. Yes, personally, that's a little too sweet for me. Okay, we got 2 cakes, a jelly still in the back, and whatever the heck this thing is. I am going to eat this right before the Baumkuchen. We're gonna go ahead with the roll cake, and it actually does say roll cake on the packaging. Castella roll cake. I've had Castella before, but not a roll cake version. This is from Senseisha in Osaka, very far from Yamanashi. It's just a regular roll cake. Castella, typically when you make Castella in Japan, I'm not sure how you make Castella anywhere else, but the Japanese Castella is made with honey, lots of egg yolks. I don't think they use so much egg whites, but lots of eggs, well, maybe not lots of honey, but honey is definitely a huge part of it. And some rock sugar, at least the Nagasaki version uses rock sugar at the bottom, but this is a roll cake version. That's a little bit different. Castella cake was originally brought to Japan by the Portuguese in the 16th century and soon became a beloved dessert. The sweet roll cake version is filled with rich buttercream, perfect for an afternoon treat, or a nighttime review, which might be a bad thing for my waistline. You don't see it, but I'm starting to get a little bit of a dad bod, and that's not a good thing. When I'm not even a dad, that may not be a good thing. Okay, I'm trying to get this out from the packaging. It's a little bit difficult. Okay, here's our roll cake with our cream in the middle. It kind of swirls up here. Castella is yellow like I expect. So if we just take a piece of that. That's like I'm not sure what chiffon cake is, but if I were to imagine what chiffon cake is, that's kind of what this is. The Castellas I'm used to seeing because of the honey are a lot more golden. This is more on the yellow side, so it probably doesn't use honey. It doesn't look like there's honey in the ingredients. The cream though, I kind of want to get a little bit of the cream part. Oh, that's very... Let me see if there's a way to do that. I'll just take a piece over here, scoop that cream out, and scoop fail. That cream is really good. That cream is really good. I kind of wish there'd be more cream in the swirl, but I understand why you can't really do that. It would just get squished anyway. You can see the cream in this swirl. Oh, it's really good. Also, my hand's very sticky. I might have to wash my hands right after this. But that cream, a little solid. It keeps its shape. At least something to keep its shape while it's in the package. Here you go, guys. This one's for you. Oh, wow. Yep. Oh, now normally when you have these creams in the roll cakes, it's very smooth. But this one, I can actually feel a little bit of sugar still in that cream. That is nice. That is nice. I need to wash my hand really quick. It's very sticky. It's very sticky. So hold on, please. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. And there's a lot of crumbs from the meringue cookie earlier on my seat. Like, what the heck? There's so much crumbs. So many crumbs. Let's find a place to put this away. Okay, I'll deal with that later. I'll deal with that later. Okay. Get my earphones in here because I can't hear a darn thing. Okay, let's do this. Alright, I've been avoiding this a little bit because I'm not quite sure what this is. Ah, Kinako Mochi. I've heard of Kinako Mochi, I've never actually tried it before. So soybeans, sugar, rice cake flour, red beans, starch syrup, soybean flour, trehalose. What the heck is trehalose? But anyway, this is glutinous rice flour. Kinako Mochi is dusted with roasted soybean flour mixed with sugar. This gives a mochi a subtle nutty flavor that pairs well with tea. And my tea is pretty much almost gone. I need to do a refill here. I'm gonna brew a second thing of tea with the same bag. I'm not sure how many times you guys brew tea with the same leaves or bag, but I try to go 2 or 3 times before I change it out. It usually has still a decent amount of flavor, even after being brewed that many times. But today, we're doing it 2 times because that's all the water I have for right now. Maybe 3 if I'm lucky enough. Okay, let's have that steep for a little bit in cold water. Alright, Kinako. I don't think I've actually seen Kinako before in Japan, but here we are. And this entire package is apparently 312 calories according to this. I'm a little scared because that's quite a bit of calories for such a small package, but we're not going to eat all of it. It comes in a plastic container, should be sealable. Kind of sealable maybe. This plastic I don't think snaps on. Oh, but there's a second plastic, but this one is a one-time seal though. The wrapping paper is really nice. Maybe I can reuse this for something. Not quite sure. Okay, Kinako is a messy thing. I think whenever people usually get Kinako mochi, it's the mochi and the powder separately. At least that's what I saw in Eurocamp, if I remember correctly. But here it's actually mixed already. So if we pick one of these up, it's not the mochi you're probably used to, where it's gluten, where it's the rice on the outside and filling. This is entire thing is mochi, very soft. It's a different mochi type, but I feel like there's something in here. Feels like there might be some beans in here. I feel a hard bean in this one. It's very soft. It does smell very nutty. Hello Sakana, welcome. How's it going? We're getting near the end of this snack box review stream, and right now we're reviewing the Kinako Mochi, which is mochi, but not how you know it. This one I think also has a red bean in the middle. I feel it, you can't really see it right now. And the Kinako, which is on the outside of this, the brown stuff you see, is soybean flour, roasted soybean flour. So if we open this up, you see it's very glutinous like you would see normal mochi. And the inside is all red beans. All red beans. Let me give this one a shot. Oh wow. Oh wow. That is very toasty. The outside has a very toasty flavor. It's interesting. Not my thing, to be honest. But the texture of the mochi itself, very, very soft. I think it's a lot softer than the mochi you would probably find in the grocery stores. And probably a lot more soft or elastic, maybe not elastic, but definitely a bit softer than fresh mochi even. But this, if you like nutty, roasty flavors, this definitely might be something you want to try. Again, the information is in the stream. You have the information at the bottom half of my screen if you want to look these things up. Go through the stream, and you can see all the different snacks we've had here and the information for them. So there's no excuses, no excuses for maybe not finding enough information, or at least something equivalent. And this one is by Aokiko in Nara Prefecture. Let me try this. Let me give this one to you guys. Let me give this half to you. I just tore it, so there's no secondhand, no indirect kisses here. No indirect kisses from this one. Make sure I have some tea with this. Make sure I have some tea with this. There we go. My gosh, that is very toasty. It's like a toasty, smoky flavor. Quite interesting. I didn't know what to expect since I'd never had Kanako before. But that is quite interesting. Oh! The cap actually does seal back up. Okay, that's good. That's good. Let me get some tea with this. This is quite strong. It was quite strong. All right. This is not the last snack, but this is the next to last snack. The Bamkuchen, a very famous and well-beloved snack in Japan. This one though is a Uji Matcha Tiramisu Bamkuchen. Did I not review this last time? Hold on, didn't I review this one last time? Past boxes. I'm pretty sure I reviewed this last time. If I did review this last time, I don't want to review it again. It was a tiramisu Bamkuchen. It's a different tiramisu Bamkuchen, but it's still a tiramisu Bamkuchen. I think it's the same maker too. No, it's not. That one is by Marukyo Confectionery in Okinawa. And the one we currently have. The one we currently have is by Kashihara in Tokyo. Not anywhere near Mount Fuji, but yes, Kashihara in Tokyo. This Bamkuchen, which is made by slowly adding layer after layer of batter on a rotating spit. A rotating spit is a beautiful Japanese twist on tiramisu flavor. Fresh cream flavor, but with matcha instead of coffee. Uji matcha is considered the highest quality of green tea and is grown in mountains outside of Kyoto. And I've been to Uji before. Nice place to visit. A lot of green tea flavored food and snacks in the main tourist area. Green tea tiramisu. That's something I probably should try, at least with matcha, because matcha has a stronger flavor than your typical sencha or other green teas. But matcha definitely has enough flavor to be equivalent to the coffee. I should actually try that sometime. I can do that and not have to get coffee and myself wired up. How do I open? Oh, here's a chair. Here's the chair. Okay. Oh, and then get that trash out of the way. You see this? So Bamkuchen, I don't know if it has a specific meaning, but it does look kind of like tree trunks. You have the inner ring where the rotating spit is, and then you have layers upon layers. I don't know if you can really see it. Layers upon layers of batter. And then we have the green tea outside and the cake inside. Since it's all the same layers, let's just take a little piece on the outside here. can see all of that break apart, and you can see all the layers come together. Yep, that's a Baumkuchen. So to me, Baumkuchens really are not that exciting. They are pretty to look at because of all these layers of rings and layers that you see. But this is pretty much like a layered cake with very thin, very thin layers. Let me see if I can actually show you how thin these layers are. You can see it, but if you try to peel them, you kind of sort of can't because it just falls apart. I can try, but you kind of sort of can't. But I think the smallest layer is kind of this thin, and then it's just like stack. But that green tea outside, normal, and then the regular cake in the inside. I don't really taste the tiramisu-is flavor here, but I think they're calling it a tiramisu because of the chocolate on the outside. There might be a little bit of chocolate. No, there's no chocolate here. There's no chocolate here. It's just green tea flavored outside, which okay, no, it's there. It's there. You really have to savor it to taste the green tea, but it's there. It's very subtle though. It's very subtle. But it's basically cake, and then whatever the flavoring is on the outside. It's nice. There's a nice tea snack, which we have some tea with there. And this is my piece to you guys. Or you can, if you want, grab a piece from this log. Grab your own piece from this log. I think you would enjoy that much better. Here you go. Here you go. Enjoy. Enjoy. Alright, I think that is all these snacks from the box, but we have one more. One more. I need some tea first, though. And that's too bitter. I need to take that bag out. I need to take that bag out. The tea's way too bitter. If I actually use hot water, this would be even more bitter than it actually is right now. But here's the last snack, guys. Here's the last snack. I showed it in the beginning a little bit. It's warmed up after 2 hours now, because I've been streaming for 2 hours. It's warmed up a little bit. But here we have a clear jelly with cherry and an orange in here. Let's see the specifics on this one though. Awase Fruits Jelly. I feel like we've had similar jellies before. But this has sugar pickled in syrup, cherry, concentrated apple juice. Okay, so that's an apple gel. If you like your tail series, then you know what apple gel is. This is probably the apple gel they're talking about, maybe. Made with a regional specialty of sweet Yamanashi cherries along with refreshing Mikan orange and apple. This jelly is bursting with fresh fruit flavor, which I'm hoping it actually does. I saved this for last because it's very refreshing, and I've liked all the jellies that they've sent me in previous boxes before. Let's go ahead. Open that. This is not... Oh, there might be a little bit of juice. Might be a little bit of juice. Hold on. Yep, I think there was a little bit of juice on the top. You can't really see it on camera, but I can see it. I can see it a little bit. On here. Ooh, there is some juice on here trying to escape. Okay, let's taste it without the fruit first. See how clear that is? It's very clear. Let me give this to you. That was very soft. I don't know if it'd be much firmer if this came straight from the fridge. But that is a very soft jelly. Just melts in your mouth. It's like barely even solid. It's solid enough to hold itself together, but as soon as it hits your mouth, it turns into basically juice. That is very, very nice. I like this sort of thing because the jelly just, especially when it's cool, that is very refreshing. That is a refreshing jelly. It jiggles, but it's definitely not as hard as Jello, but I like it better this way, actually. Now let's try the one with the cherry. Let's try this one with the cherry. So the cherry looks quite small, but it fits just nicely in this teaspoon. I'll give you this one also before I have a piece. Holy crap, that cherry still had the seed in there. I appreciate that. That cherry still had the seed. I wonder if I can grow... can I grow this? Can I grow this? I don't know. But I probably should clean this up, dry it, and maybe see if I can plant this somewhere. But I wouldn't know the first thing about taking care of a plant. I tried doing herbs and stuff, but it didn't work out too well. I should try though. I should try though since I have this seed. Let's see if there's a place for me to put that. That was really good. It tastes more like candy. That definitely tasted more like candy. And then now we have the orange, the mikan. It's a very small mikan. I've seen mikan before, but not this small. It kind of looks like one of those mini clementines, mini mandarin oranges. That kind of reminds me of that. But here you go. Here's yours. Huh? It's very soft. It falls apart, just like the juice. I wish they gave more of this, but you only get one. You only get one. With this, you don't even want to drink tea with it, just because of how... You don't want to drink tea with it just because of how refreshing it is. If you drink tea with it, you kind of destroy the flavor. It's very... It's not super jiggly, it's just very liquid. And I like it that way. This would be even better when cool, because it's mostly water. Or juice in this case, it's mostly juice. Okay, I think that's gonna do it for me today. I hope you enjoyed that snack review. We pretty much emptied the entire box. It's all gone now. Let me turn that camera off. I don't need that anymore. Where is my mouse? There's my mouse. See, I already showed the grapes earlier, right? Yeah, I think I did. I think I actually did show the grapes earlier. So I don't need to show that again. Man, I still have like a bunch of half-eaten snacks here that I have to figure out how to seal. Because surprisingly, only one of these things have like a sealable thing, but the rest, no. They kind of expect you to eat it all at once. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Kaz. I really do. I really do. I'm hoping everyone else that watches this also enjoys it. But as far as if you liked any of these snacks that you saw on the stream, you can always go back to the stream, look them up, and see if you can find something similar or exactly the same. Though I think a lot of these are souvenir snacks, so it might be a little bit difficult to find. Though the Bakuchen you can find adjust my mic here. The Bankuchen and the roll cakes, if you have a Japanese specialty grocery store, or at least a grocery store that sells Japanese snacks, you can generally find those. They're not going to be as good as quality though, because if they came from Japan themselves, they usually ship them refrigerated, if not frozen, so quality degrades because of that. That's just kind of how it works. I myself have not bought one of those just because if I'm gonna grab one of those things, it's gonna be straight from Japan. That's just a preference for me. But you know, it's a little bit difficult now to visit Japan unless you're there on business. But yeah, there was something I wanted to share earlier. I can't remember what it was though, but I wanted to share a few more pictures of the Kone area. Hello, sweet Sweet Menino. Welcome, how's it going? You just caught us in the end of the stream here, and I actually finished reviewing all the snacks, so if you want to see what all the snacks that we covered and my take on them are, please go rewind the stream once we're done here. But oh, that's it. That's right. I wanted to show you guys a souvenir shop. Let me see if I can find one in particular though. There's a lot of souvenir shop. There's a bunch of souvenir shops in Japan, and they're mostly kind of samey, but some of them are a little bit more unique than others. I'm doing well. Just wrapping up the stream here. Just gotta find one souvenir shop really quick. At least was interesting. Let me see if I can find. Oh, maybe this one. Maybe we can go here. See if do I have the pictures open? No, I do not. Okay. So let me close this website here, and then we're gonna go to Ise Prefecture, I believe. Now this is probably not your typical tourist souvenir shop. It's a little bit different than that. And I'm gonna have to... Oh, that's not where it goes. Up. Let me see if I can find a different shirt. That one's actually not very good. This one looks more like an arts and crafts store. Well, it's like a traditional craft store, I guess. I guess I'll put this up while I look for something else. In Ise, Japan. This is not the typical souvenir shop you would find though. The more typical souvenir shop looks quite a bit different. Well, let's start with this one. This is just, what do we have? It's basically a bunch of carvings and bookmarks, I believe. And then here we have, so I'm not sure if you're familiar of the seal culture in Japan. Like when I say seal, it's like stamp seals, where they actually have a stamp that you put on letters and packages as a signature. It's basically their signature. Hanko stamps. I guess it's one way you say it. But they have quite a few different designs. And usually each hanko is supposedly unique to a family, but I don't think that's actually true. I'm pretty sure you can have several... I'm pretty sure you can have like copies of the same hanko between different families and no one would know the difference. It's just kind of a formality for whatever reason. They look nice. And if you were to get one for yourself, I think it would be more for decoration on a handwritten letter or package, if you want to do it that way. But or maybe like if you have a card, a birthday card, Christmas card, get well card, you could use it to personalize that also. So that's something you can do if you have a Hanko card, if you have a Hanko stamp. But generally it's used as a signature in Japan. And I think these are chopsticks rests. Now I don't know how many people actually use chopsticks rests outside of Japan, but at least over there, chopsticks rests are a thing, and it's a place where you would put the eating end of your chopsticks. That's what a chopsticks rest is. But otherwise, you could probably like find anything to rest your chopsticks. It's just I guess a food etiquette thing that may or may not be important. Who knows? Who knows? One more picture before we go for today. Chopsticks apparently is a very popular souvenir thing in Japan for whatever reason. I think it's because you can personalize these chopsticks. They're also made from different materials. There's actually some titanium chopsticks. I don't know why you would want to do that. I feel metal chopsticks and plastic chopsticks are a little hard to use. Wooden chopsticks all the way. But you can definitely personalize these different sizes of chopsticks. So those are some of the few things you can find at a souvenir shop. That's more of a traditional shop though. The more, I guess, touristy souvenir shops are quite a bit more flashy. I don't think I have any pictures off the bat, but maybe next time, or maybe I'll show it next time. If you want to see Japan pictures, make sure to subscribe to my Twitter account. The link is in the description. It's also in the channel in YouTube. If you're coming from Twitch, then it's in my About section. Should be there anyway. Anyway, that's all I got for now. Thank you for joining me in this review stream for the Sakuraco box for October. It is technically an October box. Flavors of Mount Fuji. And hope you found something you liked in that box, because we'll be doing this again next month when we get the next box. They actually give you a preview. Of what the next box is. And it seems like we're gonna go back to Kyushu. Well, technically we went to Okinawa last time, which is still in Kyushu. But this time we're gonna get Kyushu mainland instead of Okinawa. And I see fries. Potato fries. There's probably some castella in here too. Quite a bit of manju. Senbei. Maybe another bowl. We had a black bowl at one point, and we're probably gonna get a red bowl this time. Oh, they actually do show you. Anyway, this is what we're gonna be seeing next month. Chestnut jelly. Oh yeah, chestnuts is a huge thing in at least Fukuoka last time I checked. I'm not sure if it's Kyushu in general, but chestnut is a huge thing in fall also. We're gonna get some sweet potato stuff. Anyway, this is mainly spoilers for next time. I am really gonna be looking forward to that citrus jelly. It looks like it has a bunch of fibers in there, and I am a fan of orange fibers and all that stringy stuff. Black bean senbei. It looks like a chocolate chip cookie. Anyway, that's kind of spoilers for next time. Spoilers for me even. So we'll see about that next time. Anyway, I'll see you guys. So I'll be streaming again tomorrow. I'll be doing my first horror stream. We will be doing. What actually are we doing tomorrow? We'll be doing Fatal Frame 2. And I'm going to be doing it all in one go. So if you want to see how I react to Fatal Frame and all that jazz, please come by again tomorrow. Alright, that's all I got today. Thank you for coming, and have a nice rest of your day, everyone. Goodbye. And where's my ending screen? Ending screen where? Here's the ending screen.